Earlier this year, Thai authorities launched a crackdown on cross-border scam syndicates operating in Myanmar. It cut off power and internet to the border regions.
And militia groups which control the area shut down some of these operations, leading to the release of thousands working in these scam centers under exploitative conditions. But has the crackdown truly dismantled these operations?
Good question. Well, joining us now from Bangkok is CNA's Thailand correspondent Saksith Saiyasombut, who recently visited the border region to investigate. Saksith, what did you find out about the crackdown and the scam centers?
Yes, indeed. It has been now 3 months since there has been a large-scale crackdown on these scam centers on the Thai-Myanmar border, specifically in a town called Myawaddy, which is directly bordering Thailand. On the other side is Masaw, that's the Thai border town. And it has been a hive activity of crime before that, and there has been a hive activity cracking down on them. Now, a little bit of background. These areas are not under control by the military government all the way in Naypyidaw. They are under control by armed militia groups that are pro the military junta, and that have tolerated these scam centers for years in their own backyard. Many observers say they're also profiting from them. But because of international pressure, particularly from China, they have started cracking down on them and quote unquote clear out many of them. Now, some almost 9,000 foreign nationals have been detained, or rather have been taken out of these scam centers and also repatriated. The large majority, the overwhelming majority, 5,500 of them, are from mainland China. And so the reason why we did the CNA Correspondent episode is to see what happened after the quote-unquote crackdown. Was this actually effective? So we went to the border, we saw these places, these scam centers, and lo and behold, the lights are still on. There's still some activity. They're still building these places. Would you believe that? Even though it has been a lot more quieter than usual. But then also there's the question that we are tackling here about the victims. How do people actually get caught up in this? And for this story, my colleague in Taipei, Victoria Jen, has found somebody who has been in there, and we're going to hear from him now to talk about his experience, how he got caught up in this.
那我也是在这个里面，就是看到有一则资讯说是要去泰国那边去演出。我也毕竟也没有去过泰国，所以我想说，抱持着试看看的心态去投履历。原本我们从机场出来到我们目的地的路程，大概4到5个小时的路程而已。但是后续到我们停车的地方的时候，已经经过7到8个小时，这是第一个。那第二个是，我那个时候有再去查看说我的回程机票的这部分，结果我后面发现说我的回程机票被取消了。在经过泰缅边境线的时候，其实那个时候就已经有警觉性了，但是我那个时候已经有发觉说，我就算那个时候想回头，也已经来不及。
Thai authorities, with the help of local militia groups in Myanmar, they managed to shut down several scam centers and free thousands. But is it the end of these operations, or are they simply, relocating and adapting?
The short answer is no, far from it. I mean, apart from the ones that we have seen right at the border, the problem is also, of course, a lot of these people have, as you said, literally closed up shop and moved. There are reports about these scam centers popping up elsewhere along the Thai-Myanmar border. A lot of these scam centers have actually moved further inland, so away from the prying eyes of Thai authorities. But then also, another point to highlight here is that, you mentioned the Thai authorities, you mentioned the militias in Myanmar, but again, the observers and a lot of experts say this wouldn't have happened if there wasn't enough pressure from China on there, because, as I highlighted before, so many of the scam center workers, but as well as the crime syndicates that are running them, are from mainland China. And also they are using Thailand as a staging ground. So we're talking about transnational crime. They're using Thailand as a staging ground to get to the Thai-Myanmar border to do these crimes, even though these crimes are not being done on Thai soil. So, yes, there has been action done, and there has also been tangible results in terms of less money being lost to them. But we're still talking about a multi-billion-dollar crimes industry here that is still ongoing. And also, they're also popping up elsewhere, or they have been existing elsewhere as well. The focus has been on Thailand and Myanmar, but they're also on the other side of the border with Cambodia, for example, and also in the Golden Triangle with Laos, Myanmar, and Thailand. So you see that this is an international problem. This is not just a problem between 2 or 3 countries. This is going way further than that.
So why is it so difficult to eradicate these scam centers?
There has been a recent report by the UNODC, basically that anti-drugs and crime agency, highlighting that, and there are many problems in combating them. As I highlighted before, these syndicates and these scam centers have moved inland, and especially with Myanmar still embroiled in a civil war that is away from any kind of law enforcement control whatsoever. But then there's also weak political will in many of these countries. Politicians and law enforcement being bribed and being bribed there. But then also the crime syndicates themselves are becoming more sophisticated technologies. So basically, the revenue, the earnings that they get, they reinvest them in more sophisticated technology, AI-assisted scam schemes, deep fakes, and whatnot, all these kind of things to scam more people. And there's also still the recruitment pipeline, so to speak. The people that are still being lured, that are still being duped into these scam centers, they still exist. However, there's also a worrying trend that this UN report had highlighted as well, is that there are also a minority of people that go there willingly, that willingly scam people, and then they get repatriated back home to their respective countries worldwide, and to build up their own scam centers in their home countries. We're talking about places in sub-Saharan Africa. We're talking about in South America. There are also links to European crime syndicates as well. So you can see that this is a global problem. The victims are from everywhere in the world. The crime syndicates are everywhere in the world. But of course, here in Southeast Asia, that is a part of it in the global fight, but also a big part of it, where some of the law enforcement and the crackdown needs to be ramped up. That is what the UN is saying. And at least there is at least a recognition here in Thailand and in the neighboring countries that something needs to be done. But the question is that how quickly can they done? And it is a rat race. It is an arms race, with a technological arms race with these crime syndicates as well. So there needs to be political will, but also financial means to allocate to these law enforcement efforts as well. So you see that there are so many things to talk about this, and a lot of these aspects we're going to highlight in the CNA Correspondent tonight on CNA.
Okay, Saksith, thank you very much for that powerful and eye-opening report. I've been speaking to Saksith Saiyasombut on the regional efforts to eradicate the scam centers in Myanmar. And this is, of course, the topic of this week's CNA Correspondent on the other end of the scam call. You can catch it tonight at these times.